If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with your friend. Make it last forever. Expensive everywhere. Hi guys, welcome to my first Q&A video. A lot of you have been asking me tons of questions, and now is the time to answer them all. Let's hit it. Okay, first question. You're on stage performing. What three artists are with you? So the first one is gonna be John Mayer, obviously. If he can come with his trio with Steve Jordan and Pino Palladino, yeah. Next one would be Stevie Wonder. And the last one is going to be Haim, the band, the three girls, three sisters. I love them. So I can join as the fourth sister. What's your favorite guitar and why? So I think it depends on what I'm playing and on the time. If I have a brand new guitar, I'm probably gonna play it for hours and then pay attention to the other ones. But I'm actually doing a new video of my guitar collection, so stick around and I'll reveal my favorite guitar. Next question from Abby, my friend. How do you slay so hard? I'm actually practicing a lot and I love what I'm doing. So when you love what you do, I think it shows. And this is how I slay so hard, Abby. When did you start playing and what kindled the interest? So basically, my brother started learning guitar and he would force me to watch him play for hours. I was his only audience. I think I was pretty good at being his audience. And then my mother was cleaning the house one day and she put his guitar in my room. I don't know why. Maybe she wanted him to stop. And then I was like, how hard can it be? Like, I know how he played it and I saw like how he placed his fingers on the fretboard. And then I started playing the guitar and that's the first thing. I think I had like one lesson on keyboard because my grandfather wanted me to be a pianist. Didn't work. And so I transformed whatever I knew on guitar to the keyboard, and then I wanted to play drums, so I forced my dad to buy me a drum set. And then I wanted to play bass, so I got a bass for my friend and started to play it. And it was mainly out of curiosity and love for music. And I do believe that if you want to like learn or study music or an instrument, you have to have, first of all, the passion to do it, and then everything from there gonna go smoothly. So yeah. Next question. What are your influences? So I think I mainly grew up listening to Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and a little bit of like Led Zeppelin, Nirvana. So that's like the base for everything that I know and what I'm influenced by. But over the years, I got to know other artists that I really love. John Mayer, for example, I think he was the first one that made me realize that I can actually sing and play guitar in the pop genre. That's why I love him so much. And who else? Let me think. I don't know, there's so many good musicians out there, even not singers or like artists that do original music. So many like instrumentalist musicians that are wonderful. So it changes because I'm listening to different genres every week, every day, every month. But the main ones would be Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder, for sure. And John Mayer. Yeah. Okay, next question. How many takes to capture your average video? How long on editing? Oof. Well, I'm a perfectionist, so sometimes it takes me, and I'm not kidding, 100 takes. Sometimes I'm planning on filming a video and I'm going over all the takes and none of them are good enough for me. Recently, I've decided to be less perfectionist about the content that I'm doing on Instagram. So I would say like 40 takes. 40 takes, and on a good day, it's gonna be like 20 because it takes me a lot of time to like warm up and remember the lyrics if I'm singing. And yeah, so maybe the average would be 40 takes for like a 30-second video. I don't know if it's reasonable, but that's just how I do it. And on editing, I just know after I'm obviously recording and filming, I know which one of the takes are going to be the ones that I'm probably gonna choose. So I'm just gonna I'm going over the takes that I know are pretty good. And then I'm choosing the right one, syncing it with the audio with the video. And yeah, pretty much. I think editing is like probably like 10 minutes or something, less than 10 minutes. And recording, it depends on the song and how difficult it is. But when I see the result and I'm happy with it, it's like the best feeling ever. How many guitars do you have? So I currently have 12, I think. Like I said before, I'm gonna do a video dedicated to my guitar collections. I'm gonna explain everything and show my favorite guitar and other things that you wanna know. Next question, what made you interested in the guitar and do you play in other instruments? So actually I started from dancing. I started dancing when I was 5 years old, and then I started singing and dancing, like Britney Spears vibe. And then when I stopped dancing eventually, I picked up the guitar from my brother, and I just wanted to like play along with my singing. So that was like the first experience with me playing guitar. I just played chords, and it was mainly to play along with my singing. And I do play a little bit of bass guitar, keys, and drums, but I cannot say that I'm a drummer or a keyboard player or a bass player. My main instrument is my voice and the guitar, but from time to time I pick up other instruments for production or just for fun. By the way, if you want to see me play these instruments, check out my music video for my original song, Silhouette. It's gonna be over here, or here, or here, somewhere over here. Yeah, check it out. If you could play with any guitarist dead or alive, who would it be? So I think Jimi Hendrix, David Gilmour, Jimmy Page, I love him, and obviously John Mayer. Like, seriously, call me. Call me. Okay, next question. Do you have a signature guitar? No, but I want to. Yeah, I think in the future I will have one. I think I know what I want in my signature guitar, but I'm not there yet. But I will have. Fast forward to like 5 years from now, or 4, or 3, or next month. No, I'm kidding. Something to Argentina. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola. That's about it. That's all I know. I know a lot of Spanish, like, ¿cómo te llama? No puedo creer. No puedo creer. It's like, I can't believe it, something like that. No puedo creer. Chiquititas. Chiquititas, chiquititas, baila así. Never mind. Okay, interesting question. If you could own just one guitar, what would you choose? So if you were to ask me like 3 years ago, I would say Stratocaster. But I think now it's gonna be a Telecaster with a humbucker pickup on the neck, rosewood fretboard, and yeah, that's like the main things. Why did you want to play guitar and not another instrument? What would it have been? So since I started singing before I started playing guitar, I wanted to choose an instrument that I can actually play along with while I sing. And I think I chose guitar also because it's the closest instrument to sound like a human voice. I think that's what makes guitar one of the most incredible instruments, that you can actually like make it sing. So another question is, when will you tour? And I'm seeing so many messages asking me when am I going to tour, if I'm going to tour in Europe or France or Italy. I'm working on releasing more original music, and hopefully next year I will be able to tour anywhere, Europe, UK, Asia, wherever you want me, I'm going to be there. So yeah, hopefully next year. Okay, what projects are you currently working on? So the main project is obviously my original music. I show so many covers online, but I do want you to hear my original voice. When did you decide to become a full-time musician? What did you do before? I started doing music professionally since 2015. I moved to London, I performed there with my friend and created some originals. I worked as a bartender, coffee shop manager, and I worked at a high-tech company. I was a developer for 2 years. The first year I did it full-time, and then Instagram and TikTok and everything else started like blowing up. So I I started doing like a part-time development. How many hours per week do you spend practicing, recording, editing? And you're also asking, you're such an amazing multi-instrumentalist. Thank you, Dan. Is it true you've never had lessons? So let me first answer this one. Yes, I'm self-taught 100%. I've never had like one guitar lesson. I just really love it, and I rely mainly on my ears. And so, yeah, and how many hours do I practice, record, and edit? It depends, but I would say that it's a full-time job, obviously. So minimum 9 hours a day. I tend not to take breaks, so I'm doing it like probably 7 days a week. I should get a break. I should get a vacation. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. And speaking of full-time job, if you want to support me and my journey and my music, please check out my Patreon and consider subscribing. It helps me a lot. If you had to choose between playing guitar or singing, which would you pick and why? 100% singing, 100%. Like, I really love playing guitar, and it gives me tons of joy, and I'm really happy playing. But at the end of the day, there's nothing like singing your heart out and actually singing your originals. I think it's one of the most wonderful things that I have in my life. So yeah, definitely. And I think that when it comes to my playing, I tend to like rely more on melodic phrasing besides my funk playing, because I want to transform my feelings and emotions through my guitar. And for me, it's just like singing is the best feeling in the world. Hey baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be one, ringing the sense of my body. Next question. Your guitar playing is amazing. Thank you. But you have such a cool original voice. Thank you so much. Mike's recording setup. So I use Shure SM7B. That's my favorite mic. But I'm gonna create a video of the process of creating my covers and my content, and I'll explain more about my mic recording and setup and the plugins that I'm using. Yeah, so hopefully soon. Do you come from a family of musicians? Not at all. Like, no, my parents cannot sing. But my grandfather used to be a singer. That's the only relation to music that I have in my family. And my brother is like, okay, with drums and guitar. Sorry. But yeah, so no, I do not come from a family of musicians. Okay, do you suggest any tips on how to play and sing at the same time? Yes. My best advice would be to start slowly. For me, it's make sure that I know how to play the guitar part, and then when I feel confident enough, I start incorporating my voice and start singing. And when I feel like it's too much in terms of like the coordination and everything, I just take it a step down and just like start really slowly and then pick up the pace till I get it right. And again, tons of practice, tons. So someone from my old job as a developer sent, do you miss your old job? Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no. Absolutely not. Were you always so badass, or did it come with time? I think you were born with it. No, I'm kidding. If it comes to like my guitar playing, then no, I had to practice hours and hours and hours. Yeah, but I'm a badass in other realms of my life. I think so. Only I want to say hello. Hello. Would you take requests for tutorials for our favorite songs? Yes, absolutely. You can check out my Patreon. I have cover breakdown videos over there. Check it out. Do you like instrumental guitarists? Yes, very much. I actually saw Andy Timmons at my first NAMM this year, but I was too nervous to reach out and say hi. But yeah, there's so many wonderful, talented instrumental guitarists like Mateus Asato and Jack Gardiner, I think his name is. Okay, wait. First, it's Jack Gardner.
And while I was editing this video, I realized I mentioned just 2 instrumental guitarists and completely forgot to shout out so many others I love. So off the top of my head, here are a few more that really inspire me, and I'm sorry in advance if I mispronounce any of your names. Matteo Mancuso, Lari Basilio, Josh Smith, Rebbeca Mardal, Sean Mann, Martin Miller, and last but not least, Kahil Ferraris. Now back to the video.
Yeah, wonderful. So from time to time, I would listen to instrumental albums to find inspiration. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching and sending your questions. It means a lot to me, and I'm sorry if I didn't answer all the questions. Hopefully in the next Q&A video. Stick around, subscribe to this channel. There's so many more to come, and I'm super excited. So thank you and have a great day.